Hello and welcome. My name is Wendy Byford. I'm the co-founder and president of Your Entity Solution and the founder of Yes Roundtable, where we take women from startup all the way through until they're ready to scale. And I have as my special guest, Jeff McQuilkin. Now, Jeff is an award-winning composer who's created music scores for numerous acclaimed indie films, as well as music for TV series such as History Channel's American Pickers, you may remember that, and Oxygen Snap. He's also the founder of Jetstream Sonic, one of the first agencies in the nation to offer affordable sonic branding to small businesses, empowering them to become top of mind over their competitors using the same branding techniques used by global brands. So think about that. How would you like to be unforgettable? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about for the next few minutes. Jeff, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here.
Thanks, Wendy. I'm really glad to be here. Thanks.
So first of all, tell me, how did you get into this?
Well, I've been a composer for 30 plus years, but I kind of came into this through kind of in a sideways door by a side hustle. I was blogging for a wood flooring company in Oklahoma.
Uh-huh.
They knew they were setting up a new office in a new city, and a well-established company, but they had no traction against their competitors in the new city. So they decided to take out a local TV spot, and they knew I was a composer, so they asked me if I wanted to do the music for it. So I looked at the project and I said, I've known these people a long time. I know their brand well, and I'd like to give them more value than just writing music for this ad. I want to give them something they can use for the next 10 years. So I decided to write to the brand instead of the ad. I wrote something that sounded like them. I created a suite of music that reflects who they are, and not even really realizing at the moment that what I was giving them was sonic branding. I was giving their brand a sound, which I'm happy to describe in more detail in a minute. But they loved what I did. They put it on the ad, but the real moment of truth came 6 months later when they got back to me and said, Jeff, that ad helped us get $500,000 in revenue and put us top of mind in local polls. And so I knew that the music had caused the ad to overperform. And so that was when I took a closer look. I had an idea what sonic branding was. I knew I have colleagues in the industry that do it, but they're all doing it for the enterprise level companies. And so I looked around and nobody was offering this to small businesses. So I created a model and a pricing structure that would let me basically copy paste this result, so to speak, give it the other businesses a chance to do that in the same pattern that I had done for this wood flooring company. And so that's kind of how we got started.
Okay, so explain to me then, or explain to the people watching, what sonic branding really is, how it makes your brand unforgettable.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So the best way I can describe it is to give you an example. So the short and sweet example of this is if you open up Netflix, you have two things that happen. That red end shows up on the screen, and then you hear a sound, as the app opens up, right? That sound is Netflix's sonic branding.
Okay.
That is their brand sound.
Okay.
As long as it is a sound or piece of music that is only for that brand and identifies the brand, then it qualifies as sonic branding. Early precursors of this are the jingle, okay, which was primarily written for radio and TV advertising. And a really well-written jingle could stick with a brand for a long period of time and become their sonic branding, right? Nowadays, it's a little subtler. We just write to the brand instead of the ad, and it can be anything from the Netflix sound or the McDonald's ba-da-ba-ba-ba to a piece of music that is just branded to, like I did for the wood flooring company. And that basically the things that make it unique are it needs to be original and exclusive and memorable. Only that company can use it. and it needs to be something that sticks in people's minds and reminds them of the brand. What makes the brand unforgettable while using it is, and the reason the big companies invest thousands and thousands of dollars developing this asset, is because they know that audio actually does a better job of building brand recall than visuals do. So adding a sound to your brand, according to the research, will improve your brand recognition by about 96%.
Wow, that is
So
really incredible.
I tell potential clients, if you want to double your brand recognition, give it a sound. That's how much more powerful it can be. And the Ipsos also did a study on this, a broad study with a lot of different advertising. They measured the results from a wide range of ads that use sonic branding versus ads that don't, and they found that ads that use sonic branding are 8.5 times more likely to succeed in their objective. So that was kind of reflective of the results we got with the wood flooring company. So that's the long and short of what it is and why it's important. Yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. Now, I know that you have some examples to show people because it still might be something that they're not really familiar with. So I'm going to bring this up,
Okay.
And you can show us how this works.
Okay, great. All right. So let me give you a couple of examples quickly of, things like the Netflix sound, what I call in my world an audio logo. It is a short clip of music and sound that's meant to play when your logo displays. Okay. So here's the one that I actually did for a roofing company. They actually sent me, as part of this, a field recording of a nail gun because they wanted a nail gun in their brand sound. And so this is what I came up with for them. Just 8 seconds worth. Just that quick.
Yeah,
I did a whole sonic branding package for them. There's a whole theme that goes with that, but they can drop that at the beginning or end of any piece of content that they have.
Okay.
Another example is here's one for a home staging company that I did recently. Just kind of exudes luxury. Just that simple. But if you use it repeatedly, people begin to recognize you by your sound, right? Now I'll actually play you this commercial real quick. I want to see if that'll show up. This is actually the ad that was the wood flooring company that I talked about. They won't mind me sharing this. And I'll tell you right now, they actually broke a little rule that I try to not impose, but advise people to do. And that is your audio logo, don't talk over it. Let it ring out by itself. They broke that rule and it still worked. It still got them those results. So here's the actual commercial.
Nothing says home like the beauty, comfort, and quality of a handcrafted floor from Renaissance Hardwood Floors. With character that is uniquely yours, Renaissance floors are built to last a lifetime. Visit us online today at renhardwood.com.
So I wrote all of that music, and the audio logo for them is that ba-da-da-bum, right? They talked over it, and it still worked.
So, fantastic. Okay.
Yeah. So those are just a few examples, and it can be in just about any style. What we try to do is make sure that it reflects who you are as a brand. And by the way, it doesn't have to be TV and radio advertising. In fact, most of my clients don't do that. But what they are doing is things like YouTube or TikTok or Instagram, or they're doing a podcast, right? And those platforms are great because we're able to become content creators for cheap or free. The downside is, number one, we're all becoming content creators, so we're already flooding the space. And number two, those algorithms are designed to put you up against your competitors. If someone views your content, it is a interest-based algorithm. It's going to assume that person wants to see more stuff, so it's going to send them your competitor's content next. So it does create an environment where you still need a differentiator. You need a hook. You need something that's going to stick in people's minds. And the science has been pretty clear that sonic branding can do that. So
Oh, that's fantastic. So people can do something as simple as attach a sound to their logo. So when they start speaking or they come on to a webinar or whatnot, the logo shows up and that sound is automatically attached. Is that correct?
that's the idea. Yeah. The reason I call it an audio logo is it is literally designed to play when your logo displays. You can use it
Mhm.
however you want. A lot of people use it without a logo. They'll use it, they'll just put it at the beginning or the end of any video they do. You know what I
Right.
mean? If that's all that they have, that's really the simplest way to use it
Mhm.
because it's just repetition.
Right.
It's just repetition. It's a memory handle. But just doing that extra thing can amplify your recognition. And for small businesses right now, I'm probably answering questions you're not asking yet. But
No, go ahead.
one of the real key moments is this because so few small businesses are even aware of this, much less doing it. Because
Mhm.
mostly what they do, if they're going to put something up, is they just grab a piece of stock music from a library, which doesn't really differentiate them. It just equalizes them.
Right.
It just makes them on par with everybody else that's doing content.
Mhm.
To have the original piece of music that's designed to stand out, that's a whole different ball game. But because there's so few small businesses that are doing this, it really is an opportunity, kind of a limited window of opportunity to dominate your category. If you are the small business in your category that does this and your competitors are not doing it,
Right.
then you have an opportunity to gain more market share. So
How long does it take to create one of these brands?
good question. It depends on the availability of the client
Mhm.
to how frequently they're willing to meet, but generally 2 to 4 sessions, which is about 2 to 4 weeks. Because our
Okay.
first session we'll actually sit down with them, talk about their business, talk about their origin story, what they want people to feel when they think about their brand, because this is a branding asset that conveys emotion. Then we'll go do some research and research their competition, research their target audience, and come up with some demos.
Mhm.
We come back, we play the demos, similar to what I just did for you.
Mhm.
Then they'll give me notes, and they'll either choose one and we'll build it out, or they'll send me back for revisions or whatever. Okay, we just rinse and repeat till they have it right.
Mhm.
Then we give them an exclusive license to use it. They have the only license. So that's important
Mhm.
because if for sonic branding to work, your business needs to be the only place it happens, right?
Right.
And so that's important. So we give them the only license, and
Mhm.
then we give them training to make sure they know how to use it. If they're doing it themselves, or we'll make sure if they have a marketing team that does their video editing and stuff, then we'll talk to them and make sure that they know what to do, and it's before we turn them loose. So it usually takes 2 to 4 weeks, right?
Mhm.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Perfect. Well, this is to me just absolutely amazing. So I want people to know how to get hold of you. Um, there is a QR code there. So if you want to book a discovery call, then just take a picture of the code and get hold of Jeff, and he can explain more about what the process is and what he can do for you. Or you can email him, or he's also on LinkedIn. You can get hold of him on LinkedIn and take a look at his website so that you can see, other ways that he can help. Um, Jeff, it has been an absolute delight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your being here and explaining to people about sonic branding because it is so new. I'm sure nobody has this yet.
yeah. Well, listen, I really appreciate it, and thanks for the opportunity. I look forward to seeing how many people I can help.
Okay. And for those of you who are not yet part of the roundtable, then you can take a look at how we help women go from startup after they've done their proof of concept, building out their legal, financial, and operational infrastructure to get to the point where they can scale. If this is of interest to you, then go to the website, yourentitysolution.com/yes roundtable, or you can text me at 702-462-4616. Thank you so much again, Jeff. It has been an absolute delight. I really appreciate your being here. Take
Thanks
care.
again.